Hello Internet, today we're gonna talk about the 3 reasons why TikTok is so addictive. Now, if you have been following the news, today is the September the 24th. We still have 3 days left to figure out if TikTok and Oracle actually can go through this deal, this negotiation. There's so many uncertainties right now that I thought it might not be the best to basically update you guys what's going on with the deal, but it would be a good idea to understand why this algorithm, why TikTok is so valuable. And so I did spend some time in this video and this video to basically talk about the valuable assets will be its algorithm, but today I'm gonna elaborate on the 3 reasons why its algorithm or the business model itself is actually very good. Also, I talk about things that analysts don't talk about, so if you don't want to miss this kind of topics, remember to subscribe to me and ring that bell. Now, the very first reason it will be somewhat unsettling to people because it's actually very China specific. And in order to have a very good recommendation algorithm, you need to have good quality training data. You have to have massive amount of data that keeps on doing all those kind of personalization. And what you have to do in an algorithm is to actually have those data that's identifying the elements within the same video, because you and I can like the same video for a very different reason. I might like it for the reasons, for the tone, maybe for the voice, but you may like it for the color and everything because of the lighting. You have to have those kinds of identification of what's going on with it behind the video. With those elements presented, then the algorithm can actually separate us even though we like the same video. So this kind of identification is very important, and you have to have people labeling the data. But in the West, to do this kind of labor-intensive data labeling is so expensive because of labor, the minimum wage is so expensive. So it's often outsourced to other developing countries, developing nations. But English may not be their first language. That's also gonna be a problem. But when it comes to China, the data labeling side is actually, because everything is within the same language, so there's no language barrier, the error rate is reduced to almost 0, and the labor is cheap when it comes to data labeling. They can go to rural area because rural area they have really not many job opportunities, and now this is a great job opportunities even though they pay actually quite a meager amount compared to the cities. And again, when it comes to the unethical ones, you may have hundreds of people getting paid really little and cramming into the same warehouse to do all this data labeling work, and it's somewhat like a modern sweatshop. Now, I'm not saying that the parent company of TikTok, which is ByteDance, is doing this because they may have good treatment and things like that, but basically what you have to understand is data is cheap in China, and there's massive amount of data in China, and that is why when it comes to all kinds of machine learning, data is the advantage for China. So this is the reason number 1 why TikTok has its advantage, because it's China specific. It has all kinds of training data labeling that's enabled within China. Now, when it comes to the second reason though, it's even more unsettling. What you have to understand is privacy is not a concern in China. It's not like there's privacy law, and even if there is privacy law, like most companies actually don't respect it. You see, there are countless articles about how TikTok's algorithm is actually violating the privacy when it comes to the West. TikTok doesn't just collect your user information or just your what videos you like and where you commented. It also has asked basically your phone specification, so somehow you can be triangulate to who you are. You can be fingerprinted in a sense based on the specification. There were also cases where the algorithm would access to your clipboard every 10 seconds, even when TikTok is running on the background. That means even when you're using Gmail, even when you're using other apps, as long as you have something copied in the clipboard, then TikTok would know about what you copied, then TikTok would know what you're likely to copy and kind of triangulate personalization in that sense. This is a big problem in the West, but it is not a problem in China. And so that is how it's trained its algorithm to such a massive, such a strong opponent to the West, because the West could not compete with privacy lawless kind of algorithm. Now, obviously, TikTok has already rolled back some of its misconduct in a sense when it comes to the West, but still that already paved the way of how TikTok's algorithm becomes so good. So the first two reasons that I mentioned about really unsettling, China specific. In the West, we may not be able to compete, but the third is also very important. When it comes to the third, it's nothing about the algorithm, even though it helps, but it's the business model. You see, outside of TikTok, never has it been so easy to create a viral content. No matter which platform you go to, even if it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even Vine back in the days, every single content as a creator, you have to think about how do you go viral. But TikTok made that easy because TikTok makes it so easy to reuse someone else's music, to reuse someone else's sound effects, to reuse a lot of the content that someone else uses. So when they are finding something that's trending, maybe it's because of a music or certain dances, then they recommend it to you, and then you can actually create the same viral content so easily. It makes everyone to be able to create a viral video, and this is their core business model, to help everyone become so viral and to make everyone such a popular star, a TikTok star. You don't have to spend all the energy to think about what's gonna be viral, because what you're creating right now is already going to be viral because you're creating what's already popular. This business model, aided by the technology, aided by the algorithm, is why TikTok is so addictive. So these are the three reasons why I think TikTok is so addictive. Do you agree with me? Comment below and tell me. And if you like this video, remember to give me a thumbs up. We'll see you next time.